Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into some old clips I found of Taehyung, or V Daddy, being physically abused by a TV host, or an old friend really. With all the bullying scandals coming out recently, I think this is definitely one we need to discuss, and I'm very passionate about this. So get ready for some passion. We also have BTS as a whole being bullied by a radio host, and I want to get into that and what's going on with that. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's get into the tea. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to get into very quickly is what is going on with the brand called PureVPN. They're not sponsoring me, but I think they're doing a great thing, and I'm glad they put me in their campaign. As a result of the craziness that happened last year, they wanted to do a campaign where we all shared love and support to each other in the Times Square billboard. They're offering a chance for you guys to be on a billboard. You can have your photo up there along with a caption talking about who you love and who you would like to thank. Just check out @PureVPN on Instagram and the hashtag shoutout at Times Square to see how you can be a part of this for free. They're doing this up to the 7th of March, so you still have time. Here's them showing some other people, but they have my caption on the bottom there. I did make sure to thank my beautiful dumplings. Look, it's you guys. Now, let's talk about Taehyung, or V. When he was much younger, apparently back when he was in school, Taehyung had a lot of bullies. I was very sad to hear about this. And even more upset to hear that some of them ended up being in entertainment and actually have an audience to spread their awful message. This was the past story of a broadcasting jockey named Africa TV. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know if this is a network or if this is like a YouTube channel or something. I am unsure. But going forward, any pictures of him I will blur out. But this alleged bully said that Taehyung was his service boy during a broadcast. And this took place in 2015. And this guy talked about how Taehyung and him were in the same elementary school. Of course, immediately when you hear this, and of course when someone brings up that they know Taehyung, we are gonna want to know the tea, y'all. Like, I think a lot of people were hoping to get some tea on Taehyung. Like, how is he in elementary school? And is he actually super nice? Which I think is something a lot of us wonder, but I do think all of BTS is really nice. You see how all these bullying scandals are coming out, but there isn't really one of BTS. But anyway, this alleged bully was asked if he was close to Taehyung, and his response was this: I don't make friends with like that, okay? I'm a little jealous of him now, but I wasn't friends with him. We were more of a food chain relationship. We aren't friends, so stop trying to say that we are. We're not. Yeah, we were a food chain relationship. Man, I should have just become a trainee. If I just practiced like crazy for a few years, I would have been better off than that. Now I have to hear things like this and get cursed by Hyungs after starting a Africa TV live stream. My heart really hurts. It looks like BTS is starting to gain popularity again. Taehyung, you really succeeded, haven't you? You used to be our little snack shuttle, and now you're more successful than me. This is very uncomfortable to hear for several reasons. First of all, if you are aware that BTS and Taehyung are super successful now, why are you saying publicly that you used to bully him or whatever? Like, you have to know that it's going to cause some controversy, right? You have to know that it's going to get you death threats and all that from calling Taehyung those words. It's not something that is kind. He could have said, he was alright, and then just moved on. He didn't have to talk about Taehyung in that way. They do say once a bully, always a bully, and maybe that is true, and maybe that isn't, I don't know. I find this to be super sad, because you guys know the old saying, like, someone who is a bully becomes a bully, because they're treated awfully by their parents, or whatever, and so they go and bully other people. But I never understood that, because how does it make you feel better being mean to people? Like, let's not talk about the fact that you should be kind because you just should, but let's talk about the fact that when you're kind to people, people are more likely to help you, do things for you. So even in school, wouldn't you want to be kind to that nerdy kid so they can help you get good grades? Like, there's never a reason to not be nice, even fake nice. Like, I don't care, just be nice. There's no reason to bully at all, and no excuse. I don't feel bad for bullies. I've had tons of bullies, and I've never been mean to anyone who was not mean to me first. It doesn't make me feel better to see someone cry. In fact, if I was suffering, my goal would be to make other people not feel what I feel, period. To say those awful things, I don't think you can ever come back from that, or believe that those words are bad. The fact that he said it nonchalantly, like he clearly doesn't care. But a few years later, apparently he put out an apology video or whatever. This was reported by some news sites that saw the clip, but it also said the alleged apology was removed as I can't find it anywhere online anymore. Now, to give some context, a lot of people were angry because Taehyung had talked about an old friend back in school a while ago during a live stream. Basically, this old friend invited Taehyung to a party and gave him the wrong address on purpose. And Taehyung basically had to go home because he waited so long at the wrong place and it was time for him to go home. And he said he cried a lot as he was walking home. The alleged broadcaster or bully was not this friend and came out and denied this. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Taehyung. So many bad things have happened. Oddly enough, all those things have also happened to me too. But anyway, the alleged bully said this in 2019 as his apology. I heard the story about V's past birthday incident and I want to inform you that that was not me. The reason why I'm posting this video is due to my past live streams from 2015 where I said some harsh things to BTS's V. I understand my mistake and I'm truly regretting it, and I'm reflecting and will continue to reflect on my actions. The stories about the snack shuttle and the birthday party are being spread online. Firstly, the snack shuttle was not something I directly requested from V. I'm truly sorry for my mistake even though it has been 4 years since that live stream. I still live with regret and reflection. The apology is obviously for Taehyung to accept or reject. In my personal opinion, I try not to hold on to what my bullies have said or done. I have moved past it. Those things don't bother me anymore. Now I'm bullied by strangers on the internet telling me to go die. Lovely. But just because I don't hold on to it or have moved past it doesn't mean I want to be their friend or even forgive them. I am sad, heartbroken that Taehyung has to deal with this. And bullying in general hasn't really stopped for Taehyung, and really none of the members either. Obviously, being as successful and amazing as they all are, they have gotten really popular over the years. Of course, there are people who would bully you if that happened. But the interesting thing about this is that there's never really been this popular of a group. And the fact that it's a bunch of Asian men has really brought and shown to the surface the type of racism we experience on the daily. Because before the racism was more obvious, it was me complaining about what I deal with a bunch of people saying I was wrong. But basically, BTS is experiencing a huge amount of racism due to what I've seen online. This was the hashtag trending called Bayern3 Apologize, and I didn't know what this was, but apparently it was a German radio show, and one of the hosts or the person on the show decided to voice their opinion on BTS, being on MTV Unplugged. Being on MTV Unplugged is a big deal. Clearly it's watched not just in America, but overseas too. And if you did not know, BTS did a lovely cover of Fix You by Coldplay, and they killed it as per usual. No shock there. Now this is what this particular host had a problem with, which was BTS singing this song, but also had an issue with BTS, a boy band, being on Unplugged, saying it was like a paradox, basically wanting BTS off the show. I don't think he has the right to make that call. This is the statement that was recorded from the radio show and what he said. People translated it, so it could be some miscommunication, but it reads, "Nothing against South Korea. You can't accuse me of xenophobia just because this boy band from South. I have a car from South Korea. I have the coolest car ever. I drive in a South Korean car with 6-cylinder, twin turbocharged 4-wheel drive, all the bells and whistles, and a top speed of 270. Korea rules. Well, South Korea, but BTS and BTS, yes, they've actually had an MTV Unplugged now with a boy band, Unplugged. That alone is paradoxical, yes?" And then these little brag about the fact that they covered Fix You from Coldplay, where I say this is blasphemy. And that's what I say as an atheist. This is scartilage. For this you will be vacationing in North Korea for the next 20 years. This is the introduction to Fix You. Okay, this is giving off the vibe of, I can't be racist, I have a black friend. Also, you can't say you're not racist based on loving one product from South Korea, because one product doesn't define the culture. You just love one thing, which doesn't even represent Korean culture. The entire culture isn't just cars. And BTS can be on whatever show or segment they want. There is no laws. But the radio station did put out an apology on his behalf. So they said this. In the show, presenter Matthias gave his personal opinion on the very successful South Korean boy band and their Unplugged concert, and many of you have complained about it. It is the character of this program and also the moderator to express his opinion clearly, openly, and without makeup. In this case, out of the promise to present his opinion in an ironic and exaggerated way with an exaggerated excitement, he overshot his choice of words and thus hurt the feelings of the BTS fans. But he assured us, in no way intended. This is his personal opinion of taste regardless of the band's origin or cultural background. You don't have to share his taste, nor do you have to share the rough expression. The story of Matthias and his actions, his posts in the past, to be read on Facebook and various articles, clearly show that he is an absolute far from xenophobia and racism of any form. He has also tried to present this here, but does not change the fact that many of you have perceived his statement as hurtful or racist. We apologize for this in all forms. We will work on this topic again with Matthias and the team within the next few days. I do know that sometimes things are exaggerated on TV. So let's say, for devil's advocate, he doesn't hate BTS, but he pretends to, so it would be a lot more interesting. There's a lot of hosts that play that role to be more interesting. But this would cross the line. I don't particularly like this apology. Asians are treated pretty badly, to kind of just brush it off as a joke or whatever. If he went on about hating BTS, but left out sending them to North Korea or whatever, it would come across as less racist. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. As always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check stuff out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get reaction videos like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you would like to see over there. Link is in the top of the description down below. Also, anything you contribute over there gives back to this channel. I have a video over there explaining that, which is free to watch. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.